Here's the problem from Education Perfect, which some people are having difficulty with factorising, and I understand why, because it's a bit of a curly one. Now, there are several approaches for doing this, and I've already put a couple on on Google Classroom. But there are other approaches too, and some of you have attempted this, so I'm just going to show you the other approach. Now, you do not need to know how to do this right now. But since some of you have attempted it, I'm going to show you the correct way to do this. So remember, you don't have to know this. I'm just showing you so you can see that if you did want to approach it the other way, this is the correct way to do that. First way would be to expand everything. So 2x times x is going to be 2x squared. 2x times plus 1 is going to be plus 2x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. So what do I get? I got a 2x. I'm going to add these two together. A 2x minus 3x is minus 1x. I'm just going to put minus x, but that's minus 1x and minus 3 on the end. Now we're going to factorize that. To factorize this, we're going to look for two things that multiply together to give all of this. How do we do that? We say, what's 2 times 3? Well, 2 times 3 is 6. Factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. So now we ask ourselves, we've got the signs are going to be different. That minus on that side means one's going to be a plus and one's going to be a minus. The sign on this side says the biggest of the two numbers we're going to put in here and here, the bigger of the two numbers will be a negative. So now I write my 2x here, I write my 2x here. Now, I'm wanting two numbers that add or subtract together to give, and remember, this is a negative 1x. We just called it x, but it's really 1x. So what numbers could add or subtract together to give me some sort of a 1? Well, 1 and 6, you can't add or subtract 6 together to give you some sort of a 1. But 2 minus 3 or 3 minus 2 will give you some sort of a 1. So that's what we want. Where do those numbers go? Well, we said the bigger of the two numbers was negative. There's the bigger of the two numbers. That must go next to the negative. Here is the negative. Here's the plus. So that number goes next to the negative. There it is. So I put my 3 here. The 2 must go in the other place. So now I do one more step, and that is to say, can I divide this by anything? Yes, I can divide this by 2. 2 goes into 2x. X times 2 goes into 2 1 times. And this, there is no factorization. There is no division. So there is my answer.